Streaming live on 10 Tampa Bay Plus. This is 10 Tampa Bay News at 11.
First tonight, tapping into your ride. And this is 10 Tampa Bay News at 11. I'm Dave Wagner.
It's good to have you with us. I'm Courtney Robinson. With all of the technology and modern cars, you might wonder if your ride is spying on you.
Tonight, 10 Investigates Emerald Morrow has the first sit-down interview with a Polk County man who says a major automaker is taking your personal information and selling it to third parties without your consent.
In many ways, most cars today are like computers on wheels. But how much information about you are they really tracking? This Polk County man believes what he found should concern you.
The privacy violations are abundant when it comes to this. If it's not actually handled and litigated right now, it can only get worse.
Phil Sifke filed this class action lawsuit in a Texas court accusing Toyota and affiliate company Connected Analytics Services of collecting and selling private information to third parties like Progressive Insurance without permission. But we're not just talking about speed or location, although that concerns him too, but everything down to how hard you braked, your seatbelt status, even image and voice data.
Well, let's put it this way. If your insurance company has access to your data that your local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies have to have a warrant to get, that should automatically throw a red flag up to any consumer.
Phil says after buying his 2021 Toyota RAV4, he went to sign up for insurance and found Progressive already had a comprehensive driving profile, including a hard brake just the day before.
So you see how the logo has a plastic lens over it?
So he started searching for answers.
This actually is a radar sensor. Toyota actually gathers the data from the telemetry that's in my vehicle, meaning the camera, the speedometer, the time, the GPS, everything that the car has the capability of accumulating, and gathers that data. And then they transfer that to their division Connected Analytics, which then sells it to any third party that's willing to buy it. In this case, Progressive.
Our investigative team reached out to all the parties named in the lawsuit for comment on these claims. Progressive said it does not comment on litigation, and we never heard back from Toyota. But Toyota alleges in court records that Phil activated Connected Services for his vehicle and accepted Toyota's Connected Services terms of use, which contained an arbitration provision and class action waiver. Records go on to say when he accepted the Toyota app's terms of use in March of 2021 and March of 2024, he would have seen a screen like this, disclosing that by hitting accept, he agreed that on a regular and continuous basis, his vehicle wirelessly transmits location, driving, and vehicle health data to Toyota and its affiliates in order to deliver connected services and for internal research, development, and data analysis.
Data is the new oil, the new gold. Largest companies on the face of the earth don't make anything. They take consumer data and they use it for profit. John
Yanchunas is representing Phil in this case. He says if successful, this class action suit would be a win, but only a first step.
There's a tremendous amount of absence of legislation to protect consumer privacy.
Privacy he and Phil want lawmakers to defend.
Their moral obligation when they take the oath for that office is to do what's right for the public and their constituents.
The Consumer Federation of America says there are benefits to telematics, like lowering costs for those deemed to be good drivers, and could be a more fairer assessment of risk than the current pricing models that penalize customers for their marital status, job title, credit score, and other socioeconomic factors. The group also does acknowledge concerns with privacy and exaggerated savings claims. If this concerns you, there are steps you can take to be more informed. If you enter your VIN number on this website, a group called Privacy for Cars will generate a free report on what data your car might be tracking.
You need to make sure and verify your privacy settings, whether you've agreed to let them share them or not, because if you have agreed to let them share them, and apparently in my situation, even if you haven't agreed, they are reselling that data to insurance carriers. And if you don't think that's impacting your rates, yes, very good chance that it is.
Phil says he hasn't had a ticket since 2017 and no accidents for even longer.
And yet my insurance rates are as high as what most people, if not higher, would pay for having a DUI.
What do you want to come out of this?
I want people's privacy protected. And I'm going to deviate a second and give you a bit of an example. Everybody has a device sitting beside their bed right now, whether it be their phone, whether it be the Alexa or Siri or whomever. If they collected that same data and it was readily available, they now know everything about you. And I ask you, would you let me put a camera with sound inside your bedroom? Be careful. Who might end up with that data at some point? You put it out there, somebody's going to claim it's their First Amendment right to sell it, that it's open to the public.
Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
A judge recently ruled the case must go to arbitration, but Phil says he wants to avoid this and is working with his team to see if there are any other options. He wants the class action case to proceed to potentially benefit consumers like you.
And this is not the first case against an automaker for these types of privacy violations. Earlier this year, the FTC reached a settlement with GM that would ban the company from sharing geolocation and driver behavior data with consumer reporting agencies for 5 years.
Now to a live look outside from St. Petersburg. It is a cool night out there right now. In 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist Colleen Campbell joins us now. Colleen, we're expecting even colder air this week.
Yeah, Dave, a lot of changes this week. This is our first shot of colder air, and yes, it feels a lot colder. It is a lot colder than the last couple of days. All week long, we've been sitting about 10 degrees above average. So this difference in temperatures, 5 to 10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. Well, looking at these temperatures, we're in the upper 50s, believe it or not, for Hillsborough and Pinellas County. And expanding the picture, you can see most of the area under those marks. We even have some lower 60s hanging on. Of course, our northernmost locations a little bit cooler, but guess what? The average overnight temperature for this time of the year in Tampa is around 53. So these marks are close to average. It just, of course, feels colder because it is compared to those warm temperatures we had all week long. But yes, as I mentioned, we have more rain on the way, and following this system, we have an even sharper cool down on the way. That one you're going to want to pay close attention to because those temperatures will certainly feel a lot more like winter.
Colleen, thanks. Across the nation tonight, calling for action. These are just some of the demonstrations against ICE. These are just over the past 24 hours or so.
Yeah, from Oregon to Georgia, demonstrators want ICE out of their states after 2 shootings this weekend by federal immigration enforcement agents. Here in Tampa Bay, hundreds of people gathered late this afternoon outside the Pinellas County Courthouse.
Tonight, 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Annie Kroll was there and explains the agency's impact on our community.
In a single week, a demonstration against ICE tactics and immigrant detentions in Pinellas County grew from about 24 to more than 200 people.
This gives me hope. It makes me feel wonderful.
Across the country, ICE Out for Good rallies come after federal agents shot 2 people in Portland Thursday and killed 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis on Wednesday.
A mom coming home from school. I take my grandson to school on a regular basis, and I can't even imagine.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said Officer Jonathan Ross acted in self-defense when he fired the fatal shots.
ICE officers and agents approached the vehicle of the individual in question, who was blocking the officers in with her vehicle, and she had been stalking and impeding their work all throughout the day.
Noem says Good was trying to run Ross over.
This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents, an act of domestic terrorism.
Noem adding they've seen more than 100 vehicle rammings involving ICE agents in the last few weeks. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office told us that since President Donald Trump took office back in January of 2025, the number of detainees in the Pinellas County Jail has grown about 60%. Protesters say they'll keep gathering as long as it takes until people are released.
And it's a way to show our solidarity. So what happened in Minnesota is happening here in Florida as well, and happening in Tampa, it's happening in Pinellas. And this is a place that has seen so many immigrants for always.
Annie Kroll, 10 Tampa Bay News.
And we have more coverage of the demonstrations and the investigation into the Minnesota shooting right now on 10tampabay.com.
An early heads up for drivers starting tomorrow night. If you use southbound I-275 approaching Ulmerton Road, you'll need to slow down to prepare for a new traffic pattern. You're taking a live look there tonight. Crews are realigning the roadway for the next phase of construction in the area. FDOT crews are widening 275 in Pinellas County, adding express lanes, new interchanges, noise walls, and a shared use path. The aim is to to cut congestion and improve traffic flow for everyone. And starting tomorrow night, you should plan for travel impacts from 9:30 p.m. until 5:30 in the morning, and that will last for a few days.
Also happening tomorrow night, the Treasure Island Causeway Bridge will begin nightly closures through Thursday. This is the bridge right now. It will be closed to vehicle and boat traffic from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. so crews can do some maintenance there. Drivers will need to use Johns Pass Bridge or Blind Pass Bridge as alternate routes.
The winners at the Golden Globes went home with a trophy and a gift bag valued at nearly $1 million. See the Florida prize one lucky person is taking home.
And we have a sharp cold front on the way. Not talking about the one that we had today. Temperatures going to drop down in the 40s for some spots, 30s for others. You want to pay attention to this forecast. You can get a sneak peek of those numbers behind me. That's all coming up next few minutes.
When you want your windows replaced with PGT custom windows and doors, call WeatherTight Windows.
We have a weather impact alert, and we're talking 2, sometimes 3 inches of rainfall, so some heavy downpours.
Look at that one thunderstorm, and it's a doozy out there.
Neighbors in a Palmetto mobile home park are still cleaning up damage.
You can see behind me, that is the home that lost its roof.
And that dangerous heat, that heat index is going to top 108.
Just shattering records left and right.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 10 Tampa Bay Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The $5 Big Breakfast Deal is back at Wawa. Get any sizzly, any size hot or iced coffee, and a crispy hash brown, all for just $5. The $5 Big Breakfast Deal is back. Gotta have a Wawa.
For over 50 years, Tampa General and the USF Health Morsani College of Medicine have partnered to innovate and elevate academic medicine. We train over 700 residents and fellows annually, participate in thousands of research studies, and are the region's only Level 1 trauma center. That's the power of a proven partnership at the region's only academic health system, Tampa General. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
I was hit by a big truck, and attorney Dan Newland got me $1.2 million.
Involved in a car accident? Call me at 813-888-8000.
Dan, your team rocks. Thank you for winning my case.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
3 reasons I chose Kitchen Saver and why you should too. Kitchen Saver has so many styles to choose from. I transformed my outdated brown kitchen into a modern, sleek gray kitchen with less mess and stress than a traditional remodel. The Kitchen Saver installers were very friendly and super efficient. They completed my makeover in less than 5 days, which was really impressive. And lastly, I feel safe knowing I'm covered with their 10-year warranty. I highly suggest checking out Kitchen Saver.
Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
Thrill your gut. It's a perfect probiotic play, a delicious defense. This kombucha's the GOAT. Health Aid Kombucha, probiotically powered, deliciously refreshing.
Some deals promise value. Wawa's $5 Big Breakfast Deal delivers it. Get any sizzly, any size hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown. And if your morning calls for something sweet, try our new caramel and chocolate craze flavors. Gotta have a Wawa.
When news breaks, there's one team you can trust. Stream breaking news on 10 Tampa Bay Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
A piece of Florida at the 83rd Annual Golden Globes. Winners are not only going home with a trophy tonight.
Yeah, they also got a gift bag valued at nearly $1 million. And one lucky recipient gets an experience in Florida. One winner or presenter will test drive the most coveted vehicles of 2027 in Miami at the Concours Club. This is video of the course from their YouTube site here. The prize worth more than $31,000. All the winners and presenters are eligible for the offerings and the gift bags, but some items are limited in quality, like the experience in Miami. I did look into the most expensive item on that list. 9 ultra-rare bottles of French wine valued at $210,000.
Wonder if Don Cheadle got that one.
Yeah.
The Golden Globes take place the night before voting opens for Academy Award nominations. While a Golden Globe win doesn't always lead to Oscar success, it can give a show or an actor a boost, so you'll want to keep following tonight's winners. I did look into the dual winners last year. Adrian Brody from The Brutalist won Best Actor in a Motion Picture. Zoe Saldana from Amelia Perez won Best Supporting Actress. And Kieran Culkin from A Real Pain won Best Supporting Actor.
10 Tampa Bay meteorologist Colleen Campbell joins us right now. Colleen, after a warm Saturday, it's cooling off out there, and it's about to get much colder.
Yeah, today was kind of our transition day. We started off with the fog, then we had the wind. Soon as the wind picked up, you really felt those temperatures take a tumble. And oh yeah, some of you had a little bit of rain too. Emphasis on the little bit. All right, so current temperatures right now, really, my friends, we are not that far off from average. I know it feels like a big difference. It is a big difference when you consider that we had temperatures about 10 degrees above average the last couple of nights. We had some nights in the upper 60s, but now we're in the upper 50s, so we are getting closer to how we should feel. But this is just the first wave of colder air on the way, and again, it's just bringing us back to those normal temperatures. Plenty of cold air to work with. If you look up to the north, there's a spread of temperatures that are at or below freezing, taking up much of the U.S. We are still in that tiny little sliver of that milder air, and when I say milder, again, it's just average for us. Satellite and radar here showing that front that's at the bottom of the state right now, still producing a little bit of moisture with it, but it's not bringing us any rain any longer. Now, looking at the wind gusts for today, it was a breezy day. Don't have to tell that to anybody that's been outside, but our gusts, if you're curious, clocked in around 25 to 30 miles per hour. St. Petersburg had a 30 mile per hour gust today. Tampa had a 26 mile per hour max gust today. Zephyr Hills 23 miles per hour, Bartow 24. So you get the picture. It was a breezy day, right? The winds will remain breezy moving into tomorrow, but they will start to die down as we move into the afternoon. Currently, we still have gusty winds out there at 22 miles per hour in Tampa. Clearwater recently had a gust at 28. Wauchula, you guys had a gust at 14. So yeah, it's still breezy nights, and you can certainly feel that chill because the wind is coming straight in from the north. As we look at the next 12 hours here, temperatures will hover in the lower 50s overnight into tomorrow morning. Waking up, your kids are going to need the jacket, and you're going to need one too if you're not prone to the cold. Now, some of you are probably from the north and saying, what? This is not cold at all. But anybody that's the typical Floridian, yeah, we feel the difference. All right, European model, let's talk about the rain. So here we go. This is Wednesday at 10 a.m. Moving forward into Wednesday 5 p.m. This is a system that's going to be spanning over our area the next couple days midweek here. Thursday overnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when we really could have some noisy rain out there, as well as some thunder. And then moving into Thursday morning, most of that system will be out of here. After that system leaves the area, then we have the cold plunge that's entering into our region. Look at all that polar air just making an appearance down here in the Sunshine State. Yeah, my friends, that's when you'll need the jacket. If you can get by for tomorrow, well then Friday, come back to me and tell me if you were brave enough to bear that cold. All right, 7-day forecast here. We have some weather impact alerts. We want to bring that to your attention. Wednesday for the rain, it's throughout the day, starting around 10 a.m. The timing can change on that. Thursday morning, looks like most of the system will be out of here before lunchtime. But then Friday, we have another weather impact alert, and that's because of the cold. We have that sharp change in temperatures. Look at Friday morning. We'll be down into the lower 40s for Tampa. Northernmost locations will be closer to freezing.
The Buccaneers continue searching for their next play caller, who the team interviewed today, and his connection with Baker Mayfield.
Coming up Monday on 10 Tampa Bay News this morning, a new homework assignment for Florida lawmakers. Could recess be coming to middle school for the first time? A new Florida bill would require the daily break, but not everybody is giving it an A. Plus, enjoy the weekend warm-up because big changes are on the way next week. Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi is getting you ready for the dip in temps with your hour-by-hour forecast Monday morning on 10 Tampa Bay News this morning. Hope you join us then.
The food scene in Tampa Bay is hot, with new eateries opening all the time. We take you into the kitchen to talk food and tell you the best of what the Bay has to offer. Watch Great Day Dining Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on Great Day Live.
As my go-to guy, can you fix my smartphone?
Yes.
Car batteries?
Yeah.
What about golf cart batteries?
Of course.
Battery from a T-fob?
Absolutely.
My boat?
Huge variety.
Toy boat?
Sure.
Motorcycles?
You bet.
My apartment building?
Whole building.
Do you have batteries for my party lights?
Yeah.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Winter does serious damage to your roof. Every freeze and thaw puts you closer to an expensive replacement. How's yours holding up? Call RoofMax for a free winter roof assessment with no obligation. Our treatment restores flexibility and strength to your shingles, adding up to 15 years of life to your roof. And right now, you'll get a free roof tune-up with your RoofMax treatment. We'll bring your roof out of winter better than it went in.
The Winter Blue sale is now on. Visit sandals.com today.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. Really. We mean it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. Want it? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never pay for. It's not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. But this ad ends now.
Our dad, John Morgan, started Morgan & Morgan with a mission to protect the people.
And we've grown into America's largest injury law firm, but we're still a family business at heart.
We've helped millions of families.
Over 2 million families called us last year alone, and we're ready to help you, too.
When you're injured, trust the family that fights for families like yours.
We're not just attorneys, we're a family. After all, it's our legacy.
There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
For the people.
For the families.
Baycare Medical Group. Thousands of providers ready whenever Ben and Josh need them. 200+ locations, so Maria is never far from care. More than 50 specialties to help with anything Lucia is feeling. One trusted network for every stage of life. That's expertise and compassion together for a single purpose. You. That's the Baycare effect.
You got batteries for my side-by-side?
Yes.
Replace my flashlight?
Sure thing. What about my business?
Oh, good one.
100%. Batteries for my fleet of trucks?
Gas floor scrubbers?
Yes, and fire panels. We have pallets of batteries.
Well, what about...
As your go-to guy, if it needs a battery, we have it.
Well, that's all you had to say.
Could have led with that.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
When news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 Tampa Bay News this morning. Weekdays, live from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Now, sponsored by Advent Health. This is 10 Sports.
The Bucs continue searching for their next offensive coordinator. They met virtually with former Falcons OC Zach Robinson today. He briefly spent time with Baker Mayfield in 2022 as the Rams QB coach. The Bucs were interested in Robinson ahead of the 2024 season, but he ended up going to Atlanta, and as we know, his offense had plenty of success against Tampa Bay in the past 2 seasons. Robinson comes from that Sean McVay coaching tree, just like former Bucs play caller Liam Cohen. His Jaguars were in a back-and-forth playoff game against the Bills right here on 10 Tampa Bay this afternoon. Down by 3, 4 minutes to play. Trevor Lawrence finds Travis Etienne to put Jacksonville up 24-20. Nice touchdown there. But Josh Allen is not fazed by these situations. He leads Buffalo on a 9-play, 66-yard drive to put the Bills back in front. So one last chance for Cohen's offense. Trevor Lawrence gets picked off. And that's it. Buffalo wins 27-24. They head to Denver next week. On the NFC side of things, the defending Super Bowl champs hosted the 49ers this evening. Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert scored twice to give Philly a 13-10 halftime lead, but they could not find the end zone in the second half. 49ers receiver Juwan Jennings, who was a four-star quarterback in high school, throws a touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey to give San Fran a 1-point lead. After an Eagles field goal, the actual Niners quarterback Brock Purdy connected with McCaffrey for the winning score. We are guaranteed a new Super Bowl champion as the Eagles lose 23-19. The Niners will take on the Seahawks. The Rams will play the Bears, who had the best game of Wild Card Weekend last night. Chicago came back from an 18-point deficit to beat the Packers 31-27. This was the Bears' 7th fourth-quarter comeback win this season. It's the franchise's first playoff win in 15 years. It's been 6 years since the Lightning have won 10 straight games, but this group has a chance to reach that mark tomorrow night in Philly. Nikita Kucherov has been otherworldly during the past 9 games. No player in the league has more goals or assists than Kucherov since December 20th when this winning streak began. Whether it's been an even strength or power play shift, Kuch is once again the most dangerous player on the ice.
Doesn't necessarily surprise me, but I'm just so impressed by it. It's every year, and I think a lot of it is not only his talent, but his dedication and his work ethic to the game.
He's the best player in the world. I'll say it over and over again. So he's been unbelievable for us, and I honestly think he'll continue to even get better.
Kucherov has recorded multiple points in the last 8 games. Only 2 other active players have done that in their careers. One of them is Lightning legend Steven Stamkos. Head coach John Cooper said Kucherov and the other guys are doing the little things right now. One of those things, efficient shooting. During this winning streak, the Bolts have put up just a fraction less than 25 shots per game. That's the 3rd least in the NHL, but they've scored 5 goals per game. That leads the league. We'll see if they can do it again tomorrow night in a rematch with the Flyers. Finally, it's already soccer time in Tampa Bay again. The Rowdies begin preseason training this upcoming week at Al Lang Stadium. This club has had a massive roster overhaul. There are 17 new players as head coach Dominic Casciato tries to get Tampa Bay back in the playoffs. We'll be right back.
10 Sports is sponsored by Advent Health.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, and the whole world smiles with you. When you're crying, you bring on the rain. Stop your sighing, won't you be happy again? When you're smiling, keep on smiling, and the whole world.
Never ever stop reaching for what makes you feel whole. Advent Health. Feel whole.
I was in a bad wreck, and attorney Dan Newland got me a check for $500,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me Saturday or Sunday at 813-888-8000. That's 813-888-8000.
Dan, that money is really gonna help me. Thank you.
Good morning. Door installed.
Let's show these guys how it's done.
It's on here.
No.
All part of the plan.
Taking doors off, putting doors back on. What a world.
So I just gotta come back tomorrow and finish the trim.
There's a reason West Shore Home is America's most trusted home remodeler.
That looks good.
West Shore Home. Remodeling reimagined.
Home and auto
That's
insurance. Home and auto insurance. Okay. Any other ideas?
Bundling your home and auto insurance for round-the-clock protection with Progressive.
Okay, more ideas.
Anything goes.
Sacrifice.
Oh, good one. Okay, great.
Like how you don't have to sacrifice great coverage to save on insurance when you bundle home and auto with Progressive.
I heard bathtub.
It's 2026, and that means 000 is bigger than ever at Ken Ginley Kia. 2026 Kia with 0%, 0 down, or 0 payments till spring. Payments from $99 lease per month, $99 there's zero down. Need credit? We want to say yes. At Ken Ganley Kia, Newport Richey on US 19. I want to see ya in a Ken Ganley Kia.
An MSC cruise isn't just a vacation, it's a holiday with European style.
And American comfort.
Tiny drinks.
Ginormous drinks.
Football.
Football. Definitely.
More. It's something people with COPD want. Dupixent makes more possible. It helps adults breathe easier, starting in as little as 2 weeks. That could mean more places visited, more dogs walked, more gardens tended, more to look forward to. It's amazing what can happen when you can do more. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation, and it's proven to help reduce flare-ups, so you can do more with less COPD. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection or asthma. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. What will you do with your more? Ask a pulmonologist about Dupixent and COPD.
Sprouts Myth number 3. It's just another grocery store.
With fresh organic produce everywhere, it's a bit like a wellness retreat.
Sprouts Myth number 2. Eating organic is expensive.
Not when you've got surprisingly great prices on delicious organic finds.
Sprouts Myth number 1. I'm not a Sprouts person.
If you like fresh finds and better-for-you discoveries, you're probably a Sprouts person.
Come see for yourself at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Before you head to bed, we have a reason to smile for you. Dogs of all breeds and sizes strutted their stuff down Water Street as part of the annual Pirate Pup Parade and costume contest in downtown.
Yeah, those dogs dressed in their best pirate outfits, and guests also enjoyed live music, face painting, and treats, as well as the chance to adopt. I guess they don't dig for buried treasure, but they dig for treats, I guess. Something to that effect, I would think. They're digging for something, obviously.
Yeah. And there's still a lot of them that are up for adoption, by the way, at the Resource Center.
They're so cute, right?
They are so cute.
They're beautiful, all right.
Thanks so much for joining us on 10 Tampa Bay this weekend. We're going to see you back here tomorrow.
And remember, we're always here for you 24/7 on 10 Tampa Bay Plus.